This is Seymour Rocks reporting from Down Under. I'm just doing a very, very brief um, video because I did a 30-minute video earlier in the day, um, mostly talking about the nature of good versus evil, and discussing in broad terms the kind of invasion of Europe. And I gave full coverage to uh, this lady on the left who was talking. She rushed to Paris to be there when she heard about the fires, and she gave her very, very apposite comments about all of this. Now, my video was 30 minutes and I was uploading it, and then towards the end of it, I got this message. Now, this happened while I was in the midst of uploading the video, so there's no way that any Kidu Entertainment of Russia could block it on copyright grounds, because it hadn't even gone up yet, and it was blocked kind of in midstream, as it were. So this is a case of absolute copyright. There's some terrible stuff coming out on this, which indicates that absolutely this was a case of arson, and this is being suppressed at all levels. So I'm going to do my best to get the information out, and this is a bit of an experiment because I'm not doing anything with copyright, because I'm going to read. I've made a transcript of what she said. That's not all of it, so I'm going to read this to you. A Christian sanctuary burns down. Let's not forget that first and foremost, it's not a monument of architecture, but a monument and symbol of Christian Europe, Christian France. The country whose citizens sacrificed their life on the scaffold for faith, for their homeland, for honour, duty and love. All French kings after Rennes used to be crowned here and used to marry here. Great state and ecclesiastical acts used to take place here. That's why this catastrophe is a menacing omen for all of us, not just Latin Catholic Europe that has strayed from its Christian values, as we often say. Merkel called it the symbol of European values. Previously, she used to say that the various minority parades were the symbols of the European values, along with human rights exclusively in their modern interpretation. No, in fact, that's the way it is, because Notre Dame is a sanctuary. And I have to say, yeah, not a architectural monument. It's a symbol of European civilization as a Christian civilization, first of all. Christianity are the values of Europe. First and foremost, thou shalt not kill or steal. When we talk about Christian values, this shows unity between the Orthodox and Latin Catholic worlds. We have different interpretations of God's commandment, the great historic mission God tasked us with. But still, what we have in common, she didn't quite say it in those words, thou shalt not steal or kill. And it's not the American Constitution that draws us close, but it's the fundamental rules of Christianity. Right now, we get a lot of jeering, if not gloating comments saying that Europe was punished. You know, but I don't want to talk about that today. The thing I would like to say that it's a lesson to the entire Christian Europe, both Orthodox and Catholics. I believe it's a terrible blow for the Catholics. Perhaps they see it as God's punishment. It's an indication, note this, that sin and perversion victoriously march along the streets. Now that comment really kind of hit me between the eyes. Those that appeal to the great Christian values get their mouth shut because it's not politically correct. And suddenly this happens. Now, I haven't done any more. She was just talking about the nature of the damage to the cathedral, and I didn't think it was that relevant. So I just want to get this out, and I'm going to try and redo the rest of the video without the so-called copyright material. So anyway, that's Seymour Rocks reporting from Down Under.